France's current constitution dates back to 1958. It was in the middle of Algeria's war for independence, and France had become virtually ungovernable, with a parliamentary stalemate and a weak executive power. It was at this time that General Charles de Gaulle decided to call a referendum to change the constitution.
De tout mon cœur, au nom de la France, je vous demande de répondre oui.
Well, the French people said yes, and the Fifth Republic was born, and Charles de Gaulle was its first president. He really wanted to transform the role of the president. He wanted the president to be above political parties with far-reaching powers. Some have even compared the role to that of a Republican monarch. Now, a French president serves a 5-year term and can serve a maximum of 2 terms. Of course, the president has some important nominations to make. The president appoints his or her own prime minister, ambassadors, and top military officials. When it comes to the parliament, well, the president of France is not allowed to be physically present in the National Assembly, which is France's lower house parliament. Instead, the president can communicate via his or her ministers. If the president wishes to, now what's important to know is that the parliament cannot vote the president out of office. However, the president is able to dissolve the lower house parliament and call new elections if necessary. When it comes to the army, well, the president is commander-in-chief of the armed forces. That means that the president can deploy troops if necessary. The president alone is also allowed to deploy nuclear force if necessary. However, if the president wishes to declare war, well, this can only be done with parliamentary consent. Now, it's important to know also that the president of France has some exceptional powers. In fact, it's written in the Constitution. Article 16 of the French Constitution allows a president to temporarily declare a state of emergency or expand police powers, essentially govern unilaterally in the event of a threat to France's territorial integrity, parliamentary institutions, or national security. Essentially, if France was facing the same situation as Ukraine today, well, the president would be able to invoke this special power. However, it's only happened once in history, in 1961, when a French minister was taken hostage in Algeria, which at the time was part of France. Now, perhaps because of these presidential powers rather, and these parliamentary privileges, some say that the president of France is one of the most powerful positions in the world, more powerful than the Chancellor of Germany, more powerful than the Prime Minister of Britain, and even perhaps more powerful than the President of the United States.